Okay, I called the city about this. See, right down here, raw sewage comes out of the ground here.
Really?
Yep, right here. It's a stream. It oozes up out of the ground. In the summertime, just be a big puddle of raw sewage sitting right here.
Just coming out of the ground?
Out of the ground. And I have to get bleach and pine sol and put out here. So the smell wouldn't smell so bad, you know.
Cornelius Bennet lives in Centreville, a small majority black town in southern Illinois, located in a low-lying area of the Mississippi Basin that's prone to flooding. But the problem isn't the geographical area. It's the drainage and sanitation systems, which are outdated and constantly overflowing. Even a couple inches of rain can cause raw sewage to pump out into people's homes.
You can even see the toilet paper coming from out of the drain.
And it's not a new problem.
When did things start getting really bad around here with the water?
I'd say really bad, about 15 years ago.
You've been dealing with this for 15 years?
Yeah.
Really bad?
Yeah, just like this, you know, streets flooding, water lines busting and stuff like that. There's a water leak right over across this street over here. We called the water company and told them about it about 5 years ago. And they come out here and they put that little marking on the street, you know, chalk where they say where's that, and nobody never came back. The mayor said they were gonna fix the streets back like it was. So I went down and asked him when he gonna fix it. He said, well, right now we don't have any money. So I just left it at that.
Fed up with the lack of response from local officials, Bennett and another resident filed a lawsuit last summer against the city, the water company, and township officials, claiming that they knowingly failed to invest in infrastructure. The defendants have denied those claims, and the town has said that they don't have the necessary funds. But that's hard to judge, because the city hasn't been submitting its financial documentation to the state for the past 3 years. Nicole Nelson and Kalila Jackson are the attorneys representing the residents of Centreville.
When did you realize how bad this was?
At our first residents meeting, we thought maybe there was a collapsed pipe or some sort of obstruction that was causing the system to back up. When we had our first resident meeting and nearly 25 families came in from all around Centreville, that's when we knew that this was a mass system failure.
And so if you look around Centreville and in this area particularly, and you look at the ditches, they're not cleared out. This water is standing here right now, right? This water has been standing here even before this rained. So the water doesn't really have anywhere to channel. And so when it doesn't, it spills over into the road and it starts flooding the residents out.
How has it been allowed to get this bad?
It's the story of many Black and brown and indigenous communities. Complaints fall on deaf ears.
Since Nelson and Jackson have been on the case, there has been some movement. Last November, the EPA approved a grant for just under $1 million that would go to controlling flooding and fixing some minor issues within the sewer system. There's also an application out for a $22 million FEMA grant, but there's no guarantee it'll be funded or details on how the repairs will be done.
Who is responsible for this, ultimately?
I think a lot of people bear responsibility. The city, the township, its leadership, the public utilities, the levee system, the environmental protection agencies, the federal government.
Yep.
Everybody bears responsibility.
But the people who are responsible are pretty hard to get a hold of. When residents have held town halls about the issue, the mayor hasn't shown up. And when Senator Tammy Duckworth tried to hold a meeting with the mayor, he ghosted her. Vice News reached out to the mayor's office, but they wouldn't respond. Neither did the township supervisor or the water company. The only people who did respond were the Illinois EPA, who've been asked to step in by the state.
What does it say to you that you have lawyers from this community reaching out to you, that you have senators hitting you up saying, hey, the local government isn't handling this, you all need to fix this?
Well, I think unfortunately that speaks to the severity of the problem.
I mean, it sounds like y'all are having to cover a lot of ground where it hasn't been covered before.
It's not our traditional role, frankly. Our traditional role is to make the government, make the responsible party do the work. The problem you have is if you have a situation where we acknowledge that party, for example, a local government, just simply cannot do the work, then we obviously can't just walk away.
Let's say that all the grants come through, everything goes really according to how you're hoping that it goes. How long is it going to be until people out here don't have to worry about their houses overflowing with raw sewage?
The summary that I've read states that it could take basically from beginning to end for the construction approximately 3 years to do the assessment, to do the planning, and then to go out and do the actual work.
As we're waiting for the grant money to come through, as we're waiting for the action to be taken, are you worried that there could be some catastrophic event? I mean, I'm out here and I think it rained maybe, not that much. And I don't know if you can see it right here, but there's already standing water out here.
Yeah, I mean, that's why one of the things we're hoping for with the grant that our agency's put out is that we will see that much shorter time in terms of trying to bring some relief.
From talking to a lot of people out here, right, the feeling is they do not trust the politicians. They do not trust the local government. They've been asking for this for years, for decades. How do you think you're going to be able to get the trust of people out here that, okay, this time it's different?
It's completely understandable that people are very wary about anyone who comes to them, especially if it's someone who's representing some form of government and says, we're here to help you. Having said that, we want to have as open a line of communication as possible.
With the lawsuit, what are you hoping to get out of that?
Just fix the problems. Fix the water so we can drink it. Fix the sewer so it don't come up in my backyard. Fix the pumps. Maybe they pump the water off for the pump to keep the sewer from backing up in my yard. Just fix it.
Have you ever thought about moving?
No.
Really?
No, never thought about moving. As far as I'm concerned, I'm gonna die right here. I'm not going anywhere.
When the water come in, we had to cut holes in the floor to get underneath there.
Oh, that square right there.
Yeah, and here, to replace the pipes and everything, the ductwork fills with water. And when the furnace would kick on, you could hear the bubbling.
Really?
Coming through the ductwork, so that's all shot underneath there, the pipe shot. You can see where it's starting to sink. Mm-hmm. The floor right there, if you drop something, you see where it's going down. Now the foundation's starting to sink. Had to cut a hole there because you can't get in the crawl space down there to get to the pipes,
You had to cut a hole in there.
Had to cut a hole in the bathroom floor to get down through there. Mm-hmm.
Man.
I can open it up if you want.
If you don't mind. Oh, man.
See what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Does the water come up in through there?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah, that's why all that rotten wood's down there, yeah.
How high can the water get?
All the way up to the floorboards.
Patricia and Lonnie Greenwood live in Centreville with their 16-year-old son, Arthur, who they adopted almost 10 years ago. The flooding has caused damage in their home and the streets in the neighborhood. But they say that their biggest concern isn't property damage. It's the health of their family.
Do y'all use the water from the tap here?
No. To flush the toilet, that's all.
Really?
Yeah. We get the water from Equity Legal Firms through Urban League. Since Arthur is special needs, he's got a lot of medical problems. You don't really bathe him in that water. That's why we have a lot of water in there. We use it for cooking, drinking, and to bathe him.
So y'all using bottled water for all that?
For him.
Yeah.
It's tough, man. We go through a lot. We got some more in the back room, too.
Really?
Water, yeah. We got a lot of water.
Since he's diabetic, he has to drink a lot of water. A lot.
When it does rain and there's all this sewage out there, what do you do about Arthur? Can he come outside and play?
No.
We don't come outside. We'll come maybe far as here. That's it.
And when it goes down, clean the mess up,
You got to clean that up.
Out the yard?
Yeah, out the yard.
You got to wash it. Got to wash it away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if I was younger and everything, we'd love to get him up out here, But he's our main concern,
Have you ever thought of moving?
We've thought about it. Where would we go?
We're old.
Where would you go?
Where would we go?
If they bought us out, they wouldn't give us anything to go buy another house.
So there's nothing we can do, just hang in there and wait and see what happens, Trying to hold out for I put a bunch of money in there, but we're going to end up having to do it,
Money that we don't have, we're on a fixed income.
Or if you could ask the mayor a question, what would you ask?
Why don't you do anything? Why should we pay taxes? Why should we have to live like this?